What is up, everyone? It's been a while, and I know that I've had some family things come up. I've been sick. It's just been, barely able to even get through the daily grind in some cases. But here we are. We're still trugging along, and as you all may be aware, some big changes that have actually happened in game, which has actually caused quite a bit of upset people, frustration, even in myself. There's a lot of things that Plarium just did that they shouldn't have done. I understand that Plarium's trying to balance things out and make things even, but at least that's what they say. But if that's actually the case, then you would balance and make things work across the board. You would realize that the blessings that are most used, there's a reason for them being used, not because they're overpowered, but because they are the best handful of blessings that people use. The other ones are awful and nobody uses them because there's no need for them. So why is there a need to quote unquote buff some of the blessings? It still doesn't make them any more used. And so what are we talking about when we talk about blessings? We have some of these blessings, great. We have a higher chance of blocking certain debuffs, in this case from survival instinct, carapace here. Like, yeah, great. But does anyone really use these? Like, how many times? Maybe this was probably one of the better ones with True Fear, Sleep, Freeze, Stun in Arena, and then protecting damage by 30%. Like on a Torment, I would maybe put something like this. When he freezes himself, he ain't taking any damage. But that's about it, right? We have Incinerate here that wasn't touched. Increase the damage in the arena. No one uses burns or poisons in the arena. It's not worthwhile. It's a waste of money. Like with the nerf of Brimstone, A, you need accuracy. B, you need, it's a lower percent chance. It renders a lot of champions useless. And my prime example here is Septimus. I was using Septimus because I had a 4-star blessing. I put Brimstone on Septimus to have a high percent chance, what was a 40% chance, to place a protected smite so I can max HP nuke the boss and have that chance to put Brimstone on Sand Devil. My Sand Devil team just went trash because I can no longer use Septimus. So I did a free reset to put Brimstone on this champion to use them strictly for Sand Devil. And now Sand Devil, because unless you have a 6-star legendary champion, which is going to cost you a ton of money, I've actually been saving and spending, and I only have a 5-star Shalad that I've been able to buy. I think I bought it from 1 straight through 5. I'm not going to have a 6-star anytime soon. I need 300 of the higher essences. I think I only got like 30 right now because I just bought a level 5, which costs 100. So unless you go and start spending a ton of money, this ain't happening. You're not going to get a protected one. And then what else did they change? They changed pretty much the only usable blessing in Phantom Touch to now need a 6-star in order to have 100%. 5 stars decreased to 75%. A lot of new players that are coming into the game that are going with this blessing just to help them proceed. Some of those secret rooms, without this blessing, the secret rooms are almost impossible for that added damage. So, for the excuse that they use of they're trying to balance the overpowered ones, no, that's, to me, that's not. If you're going to balance, you balance them all. You don't just balance one, you balance them all. Yep. So, in saying that, though, I've been doing a lot of testing in the morning. I ran my clan boss team who has Fushan with 100 accuracy with Brimstone which is basically useless now. There's absolutely no need for Fushan to sit with Brimstone. A, it's a lower percent chance. B, I don't have nearly enough accuracy. I'm going to have to decrease my damage in order to increase accuracy just to place a second chance at Brimstone. It doesn't make sense. I still one key either way, but it doesn't make sense for me to nerf my one of my damage dealers damage just to have an increased chance to land Brimstone at a lower percent. Doesn't make sense. But the one thing that I did notice, and so two things that I noticed, and I'm going to just showcase it here. If you watch my last video, you'll see the raid cheat code. Well, this is going to be raid cheat code 2.0. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I've been testing around with it throughout some bosses. And in that last video, I showcased this champion, the Great Blade with the big sword, and the way you can kind of get around some of the pretty awesome mechanics of this game, specifically with irresistible debuffs. Now, Smite was protected and always was protected. Now that it's unprotected, I said, you know what? Let me see if we can actually spread the debuff and extend the debuff. And, well, here we are. So we let in our Brimstone. Okay, I'm just going to prevent this from being moved. I don't need to worry about that. So two things here. One, let's see if we have this opportunity. We're going to see if we can extend this debuff. Okay, weak hit didn't work, but we're going to try it again in a minute. Here we have Hurricane, Great Blade. Again, why is she so good? She applies a debuff spread, taking 2 random debuffs, spreads them, and extends them. And what do we have here? She's Void. We go ahead and hit. Now I have a 4-turn smite on all of these heads, which will go ahead and trigger once they use their skills. So inherently, by unprotecting smite, we're allowing smites to be extended and spread. The one thing that I have yet to duplicate, and I've tried for the last couple of hours now, is to try, when smite gets down to 1 turn, to focus all of my effort to try and override smite. And that's the one thing that I haven't been able to replicate. However, in this case, we have a 4-turn smite right across the board here on all of these champions that is going to help us do more AoE damage. So what does that mean? Well, for content that has multiple waves, multiple minions, if you're struggling, if you can land smite and bring a champion like Hurricane in, you're able to, if you have enough accuracy, of course, on Hurricane, as you watch in my last video, you do need accuracy to spread accuracy related debuffs, but you don't need accuracy to spread irresistible debuffs. So Rhonda's A2 there with the block, active, and passive skills is irresistible. You don't need accuracy to spread that. Any type of burn that's irresistible on like Elenariel A1, irresistible burn, you can then spread that and now have irresistible burn go on everybody. So it's just a different way to play this game. And I wanted to showcase this mechanic here because as we go, we're just going to go ahead and there we go. We have a smite debuff. Let's see what else. Let them use their skills. And then here we go. We got a big slam and another smite debuff goes down and nukes along with the burn, of course. There's nothing. Let's just cleanse this off. This is just an A1 hit. So, of course, it's not going to work in this case. What else can we do? Let's try and extend again. Let's see if we get lucky. There we go. We just extended Smite. So two things here, right? Because it's not protected, first of all, that sucks. There's a lower percent chance, but inherently they had to change the mechanic to unprotected. Now they opened it up to other opportunities, spread and extending. Okay, so before you start tearing it apart, and you'll see as I record this video, I see in on the other screen here that other people are starting to talk about this. I brought it up in, of course, our client chat, and people are testing it. However, let's see if Plarium act like real we don't care about you people and fix this mechanic. Quite frankly, the easy fix is make it protectable again. I don't understand why you need accuracy and they had to lower the percent chance to land, and they had to unprotect it. Like, there was absolutely no need to do 3 nerfs to a thing, a blessing. On top of that, you don't even, for anyone who switched to Brimstone for certain criteria, like myself with Septimus doesn't need accuracy. There's no need for Septimus to have accuracy unless you want that buff extension to work at a 30% chance with that passive. There's no need for him to have accuracy. So I have him built on full damage with Brimstone for Sand Devil. And now Sand Devil cleanses that right away. And basically Brimstone is useless in Sand Devil unless you have a 6-star legendary champion. So what should Plarium do? If they're not going to change the blessing back or fix it to make it more ideal for the general population, then remove the cleanse on the Sand Devil to allow Brimstone to help people out in that content. I just reran Sand Devil and I went from a 3-minute team to a 6-minute team without Brimstone. It doubled how long it took me. So when Plarium goes ahead and talks about quality of life improvements, they've just made poor quality of life decision on that front. So, but silver lining, Brimstone can now be extended and spread, which can help in terms of Hydra, some of the Doom Tower bosses, and some of the other content that you're struggling through. You can now rethink of how you bring a team in and really look at bringing Harkin Greatblade in and helping you out. It'll be remains to seen if Plarium is going to further nerf Smite and further nerf by fixing it to be like, okay, we can't spread it, you can't extend it, you need accuracy, it's a lower percent chance, good luck, we hate you, or not. So over the last little while, one things I've noticed is they put these nerfs in, they let everyone vent it out, they let everyone complain about it, but they don't do anything about it. What they should have done is given us a free reset on every champion with Brimstone. Doesn't have to be everyone, just the ones with Brimstone, and allow us to have a free reset so we can put all of these back. There's absolutely no need for Septimus to have Brimstone at this point. In saying that, I now have to spend 300 gems to take it off because they nerfed it. That's just not right. Is anything going to change? I'm not holding my breath. But utilize this until Plarium realizes, and decides to further nerf it so that you can actually get some content done in the interim. The other thing that Plarium should really look at, if they're looking to balance this game, you just nerfed some of the stronger ones, and who's to say they're not going to nerf Crushing Rend and Cruelty and some of the other blessings that are also used regularly upcoming, because they didn't touch those ones. So it's a matter of time before Hero Soul and Crushing Rend and the other ones get a nerf. as well. Ideally not. But increase the chance. A 6% chance to get a legend. I have not gotten a legendary in probably the last 30 or 40 Mortal Soul Stones that I've pulled, if not more. I can't remember the last time I actually pulled a legendary or Soul Stone, Hero Soul from the Mortal Soul Stone. On top of that, a 0.5% chance to get a 6-star out of a Mortal. You gotta raise these percent chances. You just have to. With this big of a nerf, if you are making it that your big spenders are going to continue to spend, then lower the price of Soul Stones, lower the price of content in your game, or increase the amount of chances so that the average player and the free-to-play players can get more of this stuff done, or just get rid of it altogether. Like, it just makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. Catch you on the next video. Take care, everyone.